Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas Cowboys, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys tabbed a top landing spot for five-time Pro Bowler. The Cowboys enter the early stages of the 2025 camp season with a reshaped roster and some notable red flags on the roster. The running backs are a question mark, again, and the team has holes on the two spots that are usually strengths: offensive and defensive lines. But there is another looming question mark that the team did not very much address in the offseason. That would be at linebacker, where former Bears coach Matt Eberflus might be the Cowboys' most significant acquisition. Eberflus will be the defensive coordinators once again in Dallas, and comes with a reputation for coaxing the best from his LBs. The Cowboys are going to need that, because the room is a bit hit or miss at this point. Dallas has repeatedly addressed the position with a chicken wire and bubblegum approach, pulling together untested young players and short-term free agents, and that's the case again in 2025. C.J. Mosley could be a placeholder for Overshown. The Cowboys are hopeful that 2023 third-round pick DeMarvion Overshown can return by mid-season after tearing his ACL in December. That's a lot to ask, and have 2024 third-round pick Marist Liufau on hand, too. The Cowboys did not invest much in the position this offseason, adding two veterans Jack Sanborn and Kenneth Murray one-on-year deals. Some help, then, would be welcome. At the NFL trade rumor site, they've got a veteran in mind who could at least hold down the fort while Overshown rehabs and give some insurance in case he does not recover fully in time: former Jets linebacker C.J. Mosley. Mosley is a five-time Pro Bowler, most recently in 2022, but he fell off some in 2023 and played only 4 games in 2024. At age 32, he turns 33 next month. He is not an investment for the future, but considering the Cowboys' options, he might be the best choice out there. Cowboys thin at LB. In picking the Cowboys among a small handful of teams that could have interest in Mosley, NFLTR noted the lack of depth at the position. Breakout Cowboys LB DeMarvion Overshown will likely miss the season as he rehabs a severe knee injury, leaving Dallas to rely on a group that includes veterans Kenneth Murray and Jack Sanborn, and younger guys on rookie contracts like Marist Liufau, Damone Clark and Shamar James, NFLTR wrote. It's not a very deep or proven group. New Cowboys DC Matt Eberflus puts a premium on having a quality middle linebacker, and while the Cowboys traded for Murray to be that guy, if he falters or gets hurt they could be in the market for help. It's true that Murray is expected to start, but remember, he posted a Pro Football Focus grade of 45.9 last season, which ranked number 82 out of 84 linebackers in the NFL. Cowboys predicted to move on from potential $50 million Pro Bowl TE. When it comes to playing for big money, there hasn't been a player at his position with more on the line in recent memory than Dallas Cowboys tight end Jake Ferguson in 2025. There's such a wild variance on where Ferguson's next deal winds up that even Spotrac, the safest of safe places for wannabe NFL salary cap experts, hasn't even ventured a guess at what Ferguson's market value might look like. Ferguson is playing this season in the final year of his 4-year, $4.36 million rookie contract and could be an unrestricted free agent in 2026. We've seen Ferguson skyrocket from a small contributor in his rookie year to a Pro Bowler in his sophomore season, Inside the Stars' Mark Heaney wrote on May 18. Unfortunately, that success didn't carry over to 2024, and it could be the reason Dallas lets him walk next offseason. We all know the Cowboys limit their spending, and it just seems like he's on pace to be the odd man out when it's time to talk dollars. If Ferguson struggles, like he did in 2024, he could probably still wind up with a 1-year, $10 million contract like what Philadelphia Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert will play on this season. If Ferguson balls out, like he did in 2023, he could probably end up with a 4-year, $50 million contract like the one Chicago Bears tight end Cole Kmet signed in July 2023. In another scenario, If Ferguson enters the matrix and has a season for the ages, think 900 to 1,000 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns, he could start to sniff some pretty rare air. That kind of output could see him approach the 4-year, $76 million contract extension Arizona Cardinals tight end Trey McBride signed in April 2025. Whatever happens, it's also a good guess that in almost every scenario the Cowboys and Ferguson move on from each other. Ferguson, a fourth-round pick, number 129 overall, in the 2022 NFL Draft, was one of the league's breakout stars in 2023 with 71 receptions for 761 yards and 5 touchdowns. In 2024, he took a massive step back with 59 receptions for 494 yards and no touchdowns. He also missed 3 games due to injuries. The sad thing about all of this is the smartest move for the Cowboys would be to try and get Ferguson to agree to a contract extension now, when his value is low. It's sad because we know the Cowboys won't do it. At just 26 years old, the likelihood is Ferguson will get back to how well he played in 2023 sooner than later. It's important to remember quarterback Dak Prescott was out for most of 2024, which had a big impact on Ferguson's stats. It would be worth the Cowboys kicking the tires with Ferguson and his representatives to see if he might agree to a 3-year contract extension worth between $25 to $30 million. That deal might include around $15 million in guaranteed money that's paid out by the end of year 2, to give the Cowboys an out. Imagine what geniuses the Cowboys will look like if Ferguson makes another Pro Bowl in 2025 and he's already signed a new deal. Cowboys signing $24 million CB suggested amid injury concerns. In the Dallas Cowboys' 7-10 season a year ago, injuries were insurmountable on the defense. While most ailing position groups were addressed with reinforcements this offseason, one unit is still left uncertain. The secondary saw injuries and missed time to Darren Bland, Trayvon Diggs, Kalen Carson, Marquise Bell, Josh Butler, Amani Oruwariye and Wanya Thomas in 2024. In the NFL Draft, Dallas drafted an exciting prospect in cornerback Siobhan Revel Jr. from East Carolina, but he is also recovering from ACL surgery and is limited in OTA practices. This has made Bleacher Report suggest the idea of Dallas pursuing a veteran cornerback still available in free agency who could mitigate this unreliability in health. Mike Hilton is a name that could fit a lot of what the Cowboys are looking for. Despite his production as one of the league's top slot cornerbacks, Mike Hilton remains available, Mo Moton wrote. At that position, he's an above-average cover defender, allowing a career 82 passer rating, and has recently been a consistent playmaker in run support, recording 12 tackles for loss in 2023 and 2024. Hilton, who has only missed 4 games in the last 4 years, solves more than just Dallas availability concerns. Losing Jordan Lewis in free agency opens a void in the slot cornerback position, but Hilton could slide in nicely and be just as serviceable. Rather impressively, Hilton has remained durable with age. He just turned 31, but the 8-year vet has played at least 70% of the Bengals' defensive snaps over the last 4 seasons. His 75.9 overall coverage grade by Pro Football Focus ranked 24th of all eligible cornerbacks. Hilton turned into a star with the Pittsburgh Steelers before signing with Cincinnati in free agency on a 4-year, $24 million contract in 2021. Since then, he has totaled 283 tackles, 6 interceptions and 24 pass breakups. As we are pretty late into the offseason, the Cowboys are running out of time to add any last pieces to the roster. The front office will likely stretch the free agent scanning process until they get a clear word on the recovery timeline of their current players. Hilton, however, is one of only a few remaining free agents who can check both availability and productivity boxes. He should be worth considering for depth and veteran experience in the Cowboys' secondary.